organization to complete a task or complete a goal. Welcome to Let's Talk World. Welcome to Let's Talk World, everyone. We're not having a guest today. I just wanna continue to do the work that I started few weeks ago. One of my videos last week is showing you guys how to start your own internet TV channel. But I am not gonna go straight to the steps of showing you how to start your internet TV channel. I am gonna start with what are the obstacles that you're gonna go through before I show you the whole thing, how to go and stream your own show now. First of all, when you start your own internet TV channel, it's very important to collaborate with one another. So I wanna title this episode as Stop Competing, Start Collaborating. I was actually talking to somebody recently or yesterday, and we were talking about this collaboration. When I started social media shows network, there's one company that is doing the same thing, but they're not huge. They were called WCOBM. So they started WCOBM, which is my startup I started with that network. And then eventually they're gone, and I started social media shows. So after I started social media shows, 2 years after I started social media shows, and then all these different things popping up, and everybody started doing interview, their own podcast and video podcasts and different things. So it was amazing, honestly. It was amazing. I literally support everybody who's doing the same thing as I'm doing. And if I could only collaborate with every single one of them, that would be a win, a champion to everybody. So the title of this show is Stop Competing, Start Collaborating. When I was talking with this friend yesterday, we were like, listen, what we are doing right now, anybody of you who is saying that I did this first, or this and so is copying me, blah, 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 they are taking my idea. That it's not literally stealing any ideas. It is more of, it's a free deal. Everybody can do it, right? So anybody can do it. So there's no stealing. It's just that it's the new norm now is people going on their camera and talking to the people, to the world. This is the new social. This is the new era of the new world. Everybody want to do it. Here's the deal though. What we don't realize, many of you, that there's no market for what we are doing yet. There's no market. Yes. I am not gonna sugarcoat that for everybody. There's no market. And we are gonna continue to not having a market of this type of thing that we are doing if we don't come together and start collaborating. I don't know if any of you knows about this group in San Francisco. This group started a post, or they are individual at first. They were like separated at first, and then they started posting on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. And then eventually they were like start reaching out to each other, and they start collaborating. And then they actually build an office in somebody's house, one of those people that's collaborating with each other. So they start building, and guess what? They built a market, and they are now multi-million-dollar company. about it. If these people, this group, actually just do what they're doing individually, do you think they're going to be a multi-million dollar company by now? Of course not. So now my point is, listen everyone, stop competing. You're not my competition. I am not your competition. The other people that doing this are not competition. They are not your competition. You know who's your competition? Is time and money. That's your competition right now. And you're gonna actually beat those things. How are you gonna beat it? By collaborating with all those people that doing the same thing, exactly what you are doing. Reach out to them, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I hope you're not gonna turn me down, but I will be emailing for those people who's doing the same thing as me, because I have a big program that if you guys want to do it with me, we'll do it together. So I hope that I will be able to reach out to many people out there who's doing the same thing. Let's build this together as a team, because honestly, we are not in competition. We can collaborate and build a big market for what we are doing. Anyways, guys, I keep on saying this. I've been doing this for almost 5 years now with JC, who is sitting down actually in his throne right now. And I built so many shows. I honestly just love creating. I am doing this because of the love of my love of creating. I am a creator that create a lot of entertaining, educational, and inspirational shows and videos. That's my main goal for this. I have no intention in my heart and in my soul to shame anybody or to actually taking advantage of anybody. So I want every single one of us to actually hopefully to feel the same for others. And this is one of the reasons that I want to share with you what I came up with streaming TV shows or internet TV shows every single day for the last 5 years. And please stay tuned, continue to stay tuned with social media shows, because I will be setting up the step-by-step process in the near future. In the moment, we're gonna go and deal with all the small things but bigger impact to your own internet TV channel, like what I mentioned last week. The real people and the right people that you're gonna be working with. So I'm gonna be starting that next week. And in the meantime, I would like to show you guys the first video that I filmed with OG Silverback, showing you guys or teaching you guys the Filipino martial arts. Enjoy.
Man, got around. OG Silverback here. And today, guys, we're out in the jungle setting because we're going to talk about some barbaric behavior so you can quit being a wimpy little bitch warmer boy. Because in this life, you got to be able to defend yourself. And I want to talk to you guys about something. I'm currently involved with the Filipino martial arts system, and I want to encourage you guys to open your mind to concepts of self-defense and defending yourself and your loved ones. So let me explain to you about the Filipino martial arts system, guys. A lot of people in America call it Eskrima or Kali or Nice. It's all the same system. I've been very fortunate here in Vegas to actually study underneath one of the great masters in combat Filipino martial arts. And I've gotten so good at it, I want to share some experiences with you guys. So hopefully you like my jungle background, because we're going to be doing some animalistic things today. So firstly, I want to talk to you guys about is the importance of taking a martial arts that doesn't take you 10 to 15, 20 years to get good at, because sometimes you can be walking down the street, you can be in a situation where things just happen, and you got to be able to react. And here's the beauty of the Filipino martial arts system. It teaches you how to take whatever weapons are available to you, whether it's a pop bottle or it's a, I don't know, you got those jacks in your car or a stick or whatever, and you become very proficient at it within a matter of a couple of weeks. So I wanted to encourage you guys to go over to my Patreon, because it's going to be a new series I'm starting. It's going to be called Beast Mode Law, where you learn how to defend yourself like a savage. And I think the main thing I want you guys to understand is, just because it's Filipino martial arts, it includes all the martial arts from all over the world. And I think it's very good to have under your belt, because then you can incorporate different types of martial arts. You can feel very confident about yourself no matter what situation you're in, whether you're in the jungle like me, or you're in the city, or you're wherever you're at. So I wanted you guys to open your mind up to this new series I got for you. It's called the Filipino Martial Arts System. And we're going to be covering all aspects, from stick fighting to open hand to swords to knives. And for those of you who like guns, we're going to cover that as well. But the main thing you got to understand this, guys, in our modern society, you can't really call yourself a fully functional adult male unless you have the ability to protect yourself and your loved ones. And that comes down to learning the martial art that is going to allow you to react. Because a lot of these martial arts are what's called static. And what that means is, you go into the dojo and you do all of these procedures and routines and things like that. And they'll tell you, oh, stand here and grab my hand here. And then you're going to chop, hi-ya. And then you're going to kick, hi-ya. But if you ever notice, if you go to a boxing gym or a cage fighting gym, they're not standing around talking about stand here and they're throwing punches and kicks. It's actually very dynamic. And they're throwing punches and kicks. And if you don't react properly, you're going to get punched or kicked in the face or body. And here's why they say life is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. Because once you get punched and kicked enough, you'll learn how to move your body in ways that you deflect the blow and you don't get hurt. And that's what's great about the Filipino martial arts. It's actually real-time, dynamic, and you're actually getting into the throes of the battle. And I want you guys to open yourself up to that, because those of you who are here in America, you all like to study traditional like karate or kung fu or even MMA. I think MMA is good. What I like about Filipino martial arts, it encompasses everything from open hands to grappling to punching to kicking, swords, knives, bats, pipes. And that's what we can consider in our urban jungle that we live in. These are readily available weapons, so to speak. So I think it's very important you open your mindset up to this, whether you're a businessman, whether you're a college student, whether you're in the military. It's important you got to understand you have to be able to defend yourself, because with the rising in gas prices and housing prices and everything like that, and the shortage of food and stuff, who's to say what the future's going to hold, right? But one thing I do know for sure, if you practice Filipino martial arts with me in this new series here in the jungle, you will be in touch with your inner animal, and you'll feel a sense of confidence knowing that whatever situation you're in, you can in touch with your inner animal and you can bring him to the surface. It's like having a pit bull on a leash, right? When you get a pit bull, what they tell you to do when it's a baby, you have to take it to dog training schools, because pit bulls are one of those breeds of animals that if you don't control them when they're small, when they get older, you won't be able to control them. So you got to look at your martial arts, getting in touch with your inner animal, like having a pit bull. So you take your dog to dog training school and you teach him to obey your commands and that you are the leader of the authority. So you can walk safely through the park with kids and doggies and kitty cats and goldfish, right? But you know, should a bad man jump out of somewhere and try to aggress upon you, you can go ahead and give your pit bull the command and you unleash him. Kind of like that movie with Jet Li called Unleash. I suggest you guys watch that movie. Once you unleash the pit bull, then you know he's going to do what he was trained to do. But then when you tell him to heel and desist or to sit or lay down, the pit bull will listen to your commands, because he knows that you are the true alpha and you are the leader of that tribe or that pack. And that's what I want you guys to do with this new series I have going here, the Filipino Martial Arts, the Complete Fighting System. I want you guys to get in touch with your inner animal and be able to unleash the beast, so to speak, when you need it. But then when you're in social settings, I want you to be a suave, sophisticated, charming gentleman who people like and want to do business with, because the more people that like you and trust you, the more people who want to do business with you. So hopefully you guys are open to this new series that I have here. I encourage you guys to come along because I'm going to start from level 1 and go all the way up into infinity. And then from there, you guys are going to feel fully, I don't know, you're going to feel fully empowered to do what you need to do and to act appropriately. And what we're going to cover is levels of escalation. We're going to go from being aware of your surroundings to verbal acuity to actually aggressing upon or to get more aggressive with your physicality without actually having to strike someone, because you don't want to strike someone when it's not necessary, because that would be barbaric. And what we're looking to do is be civilized gentlemen, but have the barbarian inside and to unleash the barbarian once we need to. But if we don't need to, we want to be charming, suave, and sophisticated to a point where we have a lot of people that love us and want to do business with us. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, hit me up at ogsilverback971@gmail.com. Also go over to my Patreon and then follow me on my YouTube channel, ogsilverback971. And also hit me up on Instagram, ogsilverback971. I think I'm going to be starting a TikTok as well. I'm not sure. I have to look more into that. But for right now, those are the areas you can get in touch with me. And then if you need a coaching call, hit me up on my Patreon, and we can talk more about the services that are provided. Until next time, OG Silverback, out.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video of OG Silverback, who by the way is in the Philippines right now. And a shout out to you, OG Silverback in the Philippines. I know you're coming back pretty soon. Not for good, but at least you're coming to visit us. But I will be continuing, guys, to show you guys all the steps of that Filipino martial arts by OG Silverback every single week, including how to start your own TV channel. So thank you so much for your support with Let's Talk World and social media shows. I'll see you guys again next week.